Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we continued work on our what is eventually going to be a rocket fuel production facility. Still working on a lot of the required base inputs. And got the gas separation with the oxygen and nitrogen set up with the flare stacks to make sure that everything continues to run constantly. So that's all set up and ready to go. And then began working on the next stage, which is the creation of saline water. And then the electrolysis of that saline water into chlorine gas, hydrogen gas, and sodium hydroxide. So got all the pumps in. Got all the salinization plants in. Got all the plumbing in to feed those salinization plants. And got the tank set up. And then began manufacturing the electrolysis machines here. Also, I again forgot to put the raw speed modules into the salinization plant, so I went ahead and took care of that off screen. And then I went ahead and laid down the electrolyzers and ran the plumbing. So each tank feeds 2 electrolyzers. And actually, the plumbing proved to not be nearly as complicated as I anticipated. You know, it's just basically a straight line. Each pump feeds 2 guys. And that ended up laying out pretty straightforward. So what we now need to do is we now need to get the sodium hydroxide out of here. I went ahead and make sure we got the speed modules in there. Get the sodium hydroxide and then tank the chlorine and hydrogen and make sure that those are flared off to make sure that everything runs. And whenever we put the sodium hydroxide in a container of some sort, it is also going to have to be handled in a way where that stuff is disposed of if it overflows, just to make sure that the entire system keeps running and there's no backups and there's no like bottlenecks anywhere that causes the whole system to freeze up. So that's the plan. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our production here and how much sodium hydroxide are we making here. 112.5 per second. That's going to need 2 belts. Alright. Not a problem. Not a problem. I went ahead and manufactured everything we're going to need. The gas tanks, the overflow valves, the flare stacks. So that's all ready to go. When we get to that particular point. Now, which way do I want to send the sodium hydroxide? I think I want to send it south. All right. Whoops. Now, I wonder, I think I'm able to use both of these lines, and then it should balance properly. No, actually it won't. Never mind. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10. Hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay. So we go half and half. Okay. So 2 lines coming out. And then a warehouse. Okay, now, for the warehouse, we're going to have 112.5 per second flowing in here. I am going to need to basically be able to handle this. Okay. And so I should be able to link those two together and put that in there and tell them to turn on if the sodium hydroxide level, which I gotta find out where that is. There it is. Sodium hydroxide level is greater than 150,000. So now both of those should be set. So it should read the contents of this, say, is it greater than 150,000? If it is, turn that on. And then I can put some void chests here to basically dispose of the stuff at the same rate at which it gets input. Yes. That'll be the plan. Okay. Excellent. Alright. Next bit of business is going to be the chlorine gas. Alright, chlorine gas. And then hydrogen gas. Tanks. Right? Yes. Okay. That's running. Pipe handles it. No problem. And then want to flare that off. Yeah. That should work. Do I leave enough room for pumps? I do. Okay, good. Oh no. Oh no, that doesn't work. Because that needs to be there. Those overflow valves don't work. There's not enough room. I would need to rethink that. Alright, what's the rate? 6750. Okay. Alright, 6750 divided by 22. How many? 306 per. So I should be able to combine the output of 3 of them and have sufficient flow in the pipes. Okay. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. Now, that doesn't quite work out. I think there's going to have to be a set of 4 at some point. All right. All right, so there's the combined sets of 3. And this is the one that's going to have 4 in it. Delete that. Okay. Okay, so that's all combined. Actually, that's going to be very similar in layout. Very similar in layout. And okay. Delete that. Create the new blueprint. That includes this. Alright, so then that hooks in there. Alright, then that hooks in there. That'll hook in there. That'll hook in there. 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 And that ought to do it. Just gonna make sure that everybody's running at proper speed, which it seems like it. Good. Good. Okay. I just need to make sure we have power. Coverage. Oh. There we go. Might start restricting here. Yeah, hydrogen gas is overloading. It seems that one isn't enough. At least not for the hydrogen, anyway. Okay, then. Somewhere along the line here I can... Oh, well, yeah. I thought I was going to need one of each, but it would seem not. Okay, let's do 2 then. I guess I could go with the triple stack. The same I did for the oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, well, it does keep things moving somewhat. I think, again, once I have pumps on them, that it should be okay. As long as it is moving to some extent. I could probably just do the same here, since it really wouldn't hurt anything. What I would just do is blueprint it. Okay. There we go. Everything's all running now. At least as well as it's going to. Anyway. Okay. So, now what we need is the electrolysis process to turn all of this hydrogen gas and nitrogen gas into ammonia gas. We're going to need 8 chemical plants. And for inputs, we need 6,600 nitrogen, and we need 6,600, yeah, 6,600 hydrogen, which we have, and 6,600 nitrogen, which We have. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of those. Thing is, we're going to need 8 of the... My question is, out of curiosity, these can take modules. In that case, we'd only really need 1. Maybe I'll redesign that at some point. To have these use 1 flare stack with a module attached, with modules attached, directly off of the valve, rather than using the pipe. It seems to be a better option. I didn't even think to even put the modules in there. Hydrogen gas still doesn't want to clear out of there fast enough. Okay, so we're going to need 8 chemical plants. All these guys can just get stored. I'm sure I'll need more of them at some point. Where do I want to put them? I guess I can put them over here. And where would I run the hydrogen lines? Because there's some hydrogen as well. Okay. So we can actually take a pump off of this for the 8th, and then we have 7 pumps here. Yeah, that works. Alright, so let me just make 8 pumps. You run 7 lines of hydrogen. So either we're going to have to run the nitrogen through here, or we're going to have to run a hydrogen. I think what I'm going to do is, well, order this to be cleared. And then I'm going to build the chemical plants over here to take the inputs there and there. Okay. There may have been something in the comments to that effect as far as the modules and the flare stacks. But I haven't had an opportunity to read through them, unfortunately. Okay. Each line needs to be kept separate. Okay, so there we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought I had 7. Oh. Yes, of course. There we go. 7. There we are. Now, what's the farthest this can go? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can we get to the other side of that? No. All right. Okay. And then over here. All right, and then the 8th. Actually, I want to back that up just a little bit further. The 8th would then come through there. There we go. So that's 8 inputs for hydrogen. 8 inputs for nitrogen. This occurs to me. How do I get the oxygen out of here? Oh, we use pumps that way. Yeah, okay. Okay. And one thing I can do here is remove these. They're no longer necessary. Change the plans, actually, because these are going to need catalyst carriers, right? Yes, they're going to need red metal catalysts. That won't be an issue as far as getting the materials up here. But what I might need to do is spread them out a little bit further. Because what was going to have here is a loop. Okay, so you take it off of there and drop it. And then you pick it up out of there and drop it. Oh, we're getting to the end of the episode here. But let me at least set these inserters up. Okay. So this is going to drop it on the far side of the belt. So it's going to drop the empties on the inside of this loop. So if I put the filled ones on the outside of the loop, so the filled ones will loop around the outside, and the empty ones will loop around the inside. And then if I have an assembly machine here, yeah, you guys are all going to need to... No, we're not making hydrazine. We're making ammonia synthesis. No. Ammonia synthesis. Right. And you all are going to get... Okay. Alright, so you pick up the empties and you drop in the filled ones because you're going to be making red metal catalysts, and you're going to drop them on the near side of the belt, so they go on the outside of the loop. Yes. Okay, so that's going to be the plan. And this is going to produce an absolute ton of ammonia gas. Absolute ton confirmed. 2 potential outputs. We may need to double up the tanks on these, just to make sure that everything flows. Fortunately, I have lots of Petrochem tanks. Yeah, that will actually work. I think that'll actually work. So I don't think the ammonia gas is going to need to run constantly. We just need to produce a sizable quantity of it. Because we don't have multiple products. Single products don't need the flare stacks. Multiple products need the flare stacks. Okay, so we'll go ahead. We'll end this episode here. Next episode, we'll go ahead and get all this plumbing together for the ammonia. Get the belt set up to bring in the ores needed for these guys. Get the catalysts all set up. Get this running effectively. Off screen, I will probably fix all of these flare stacks. Reduce them down to singles with modules. Maybe just 2 with modules, just to make sure that there's enough capacity there. And yeah, that should work. Alright, so for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.